Hello and welcome to Walk to Cinema podcast. This is going to be the start of our Oscar highlights, which just means we're going to cover all the Best Picture nominations. We did this last year, so if you're new, subscribe and follow, whatever you can do to help. And yeah, we're going to go through all 10 alphabetically. So the first one's going to be Belfast.
So I think Belfast is a really good movie to start our Oscar highlights because I genuinely enjoyed the film, and I think it has a little bit more substance than some of the other ones that we're going to be talking about, which I will save those thoughts for those episodes. But I don't know. This one surprised me in how much I liked it, I guess.
See, I'm the opposite. I thought I would like it more. I'm at a point of watching this in theaters when it came out. Like, this was the one I wanted to watch in theaters. And I did like it, but I don't know. I thought I'd like it more. It's still good. And it's still one of the favorites here out of the 10 for Best Picture. And it's pretty to look at. It's cute. It's a good story. It's not, the most historically accurate. I don't know. It's not really focused on the history because this is semi-biographical. Mm-hmm. So the director lived through this, this uprise in Northern Ireland in the late 60s, early 70s. So yeah, that's part of the background, but the main focus is how the kid perceives everything around him.
Yeah, it definitely has the lens of a young child. And, it has that sort of feel at the beginning where it's kind of happy-go-lucky, where the kid's just running around the street and everybody knows everybody. And, then all of a sudden it has this massive shift that I wasn't expecting so early on in the film.
It was so good, though.
It was
so effective.
Yeah, because you really get a sense of how different this must have felt for a young child.
Yeah, your whole life, just in that moment, you just realize it's gonna change forever.
Yeah.
And you never saw anything like that.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood seems to be very tight-knit. Mm-hmm. And then this happens and it's a huge shock. Yeah. And it's very violent.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
Because his mother's like trying to find him in the street as like this attack, I guess, is happening. And
yeah, it's like a hate crime attack.
Yeah. Because it's
maybe terrorism, I don't know.
It's Protestants versus Catholics as a very general type of conflict, I guess.
This is
like very
recent.
Simplified.
It's very recent too.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that this was such a huge problem so recently when we, I don't know, we tend to think of these hate crimes as being ancient. Mm-hmm. And we try to think we're civilized and respectful and understanding. But this was like 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like way past the world wars. I'm not a Northern Irish expert. I can't explain you the history of it at all.
No. We just have, general knowledge of the time.
Yeah, but it's still shocking and scary that it happened.
Yeah, and I think that this one has a very innocent charm to it because it's told through our protagonist as a 9-year-old boy,
which is the autobiographical part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like this type of opening up as a director always has some charm to it.
Mm-hmm. Because it's taking real life events, kind of, where,
it's your experience. Who's better to talk about it than you? And what better to talk about than something you lived through?
Yeah. And I just think it's charming. Like, I've never lived in a place where everybody knew your name type thing. Maybe, like, on my street, everyone kind of knew everyone. Mm. But it was one street in a gigantic neighborhood in a suburban city, Right. So I've never had, like, the experience of a super tight-knit community. But, you know, I can relate to Buddy playing in the street with his friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, going to school, walking to school.
Yeah, it's a regular kid.
Yeah.
We all did some of the things he did.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone's experiences are different. But
it's just a really nice story, I think.
Well, it's not nice.
Well, it's just, I mean, nice in a way that it's touching, I guess, because there's really good moments of happiness and laughter, even through this undertone of uncertainty and violence, because this family isn't being targeted necessarily.
Yeah, because they're not
Catholic.
Yeah, they're not the enemy
yeah.
to the groups.
But they're not participating in the violence towards the Catholics, which is why they are kind of by being targeted by proxy, I guess.
Yeah, because their father, which he comes back after he hears about the attack, because he's in England.
Yeah, because he works, you know, not in Ireland, because...
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Northern Ireland, because, you know, he wasn't making money, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
For that situation, but he comes back because he's scared for his family, and he feels the responsibility of protecting them.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't play ball with these hooligans that want him, if he's not going to join them actively, at least support him financially.
Yeah.
And he's not going to do that.
So his type of thing is like, we should just move.
Right.
This isn't going to resolve overnight, and it's definitely not going to go back to how it used to be in this current moment. So his kind of thing is, we need to get out of here because A, it's dangerous, and B, it's not going to get better anytime soon. But his wife and his children are kind of like, Northern Ireland is our home.
Yeah, we don't know anything outside of Belfast.
Yeah. Like, they grew up there, their kids are growing up there, their parents grew up there, you know.
Yeah. It's their community.
Mm-hmm.
They're significant in their community, from what I can tell. They don't really go too deep into it, but, you know, they know their names, and they're significant. But then we also just get the part of the story from the kid's perspective, like him just living his daily life, going to school, and
being roped into certain things by his older cousin, who
yeah.
is also a kid, and she knows nothing about anything, but she's still participating in these kind of gang-related activities.
Yeah, eventually she gets the kid into
trouble.
Like, yeah, because he's stealing.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end, he actually joins the gang, kind of. Like, he's part of the people advancing on the town.
Yeah.
And that's, like, really scary for him.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of... I mean, that's kind of towards the end. But, like, I think taking a look at the actual characters is kind of interesting, because I feel like it is the director kind of showing you what his parents and grandparents were like. Because you can really tell that Buddy, our main character, really loves his grandparents. He really loves his grandpa.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's very... That's part of the reason why he doesn't want to leave, is because he has his grandparents there.
Yeah.
And his grandpa specifically, who he, I think, really looks up to, because his dad's gone a lot of the time. So that is kind of his...
father figure.
Yeah, his role model.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, damn, the movie was very cute.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, because I didn't think anything of it when I saw, like, a trailer.
I thought the trailer looked so good. And it's in black and white, because I would assume it's because it's the past in the director's perspective.
Yeah.
A lot of people think of the past as black and white.
Yeah.
And the future is color. Not only, because technology was black and white, but also because those things happen and they're factual in your head. Mm-hmm. So it's either black or white. Like, there's no subtlety to memory.
Yeah. And I like the aspect of seeing the mother and father's relationship through the kids' eyes, because there's moments where you kind of see that their marriage is good,
right.
but it does have its struggles, and they seem pretty significant, because there's like the aspect that the reason why the father isn't working in Ireland is because he was in so much debt, and he had evaded taxes for so long that they were paying back taxes for years.
And then the wife does the letter.
Yeah, she's so furious that they've had to pay all this money, and then they didn't get a thank you or any type of confirmation that they were done paying the debt, or acknowledgement that they paid so much money, which ends up backfiring on her and gets them into even more debt. So they're going to be paying on new debts for years to come. And you kind of don't get the full story of how they got to this place, but you kind of understand that the mother blames the father for this, and the father blames the mom for not leaving well enough alone and being so stubborn that she had to send this email, because the government isn't...
Well, it's not an email.
Well, sorry, email. I'm thinking about it in terms of today's standards. But she sends this letter, and she's just so stubborn, and you kind of see this through Buddy listening in on their conversations and stuff. And, sometimes I think there are a few scenes where we see their private conversations about it.
Yeah. But
for the most part, it is kind of through the eyes of a child.
Yeah, it's delicate and cute and pretty. It's good. I don't think it's spectacular. But it is a nice, I guess, feel-good movie in a way. Put on, you watch. Yeah, it's a little sad in a lot of parts, but I enjoy watching it.
It just makes me smile sometimes, because there's so many little scenes with Buddy that just make me laugh and just make me smile, like how hard he tries to get good grades in his class so that he can sit next to his crush, because they sit in order of scores.
Yeah.
And she, I guess, might have been trying to do the same, so she was trying to get a lower score so she could sit next to him.
Yeah.
And just his little tiny face when he gets so happy that he gets to sit next to her, and then like the sad realization that she's now behind him instead of him behind her.
Yeah.
And, it's really cute.
It's cute and it's authentic, and that strives not only from, of course, the director using his own memories, his own experiences, but also the production crew for this, and the actors were a lot of them born in Belfast or very close to Belfast.
At least Irish in nationality or upbringing. A
lot of them were around where this movie was shot, because this is not a big budget movie at all. It is shot digitally. It is shot under COVID restrictions, but they still managed to make a great movie out of it and get a Best Picture nomination among their 7 nominations, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A British movie getting 7 nominations during, COVID. Pretty impressive, because they had so many restrictions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we get 2 actor nominations.
Yeah.
For
Lady Judi Dench is in this, of course. We haven't mentioned her yet.
Yes, Lady Judi Dench.
Or Dame Judi Dench? I don't actually know.
Oh, Dame. It is Dame. You're right. It's Dame.
We corrected ourselves.
Yes.
Don't attack us.
But, it's just for the supporting actor and actress. Yeah. But honestly, the kid that plays Buddy, superb.
Yeah.
I think he did a great job.
I feel like we've been having a lot of good kid performances.
Like, no joke, that was a really solid performance. I felt every single emotion. Like, when the panic he has when his parents are telling, not even saying that they're going to move, just bringing up the possibility of moving. The panic of him not wanting to leave his life, not wanting to leave his grandparents or his school, or
I'm more surprised that it got any acting nominations, because I didn't hear anyone really talking about the acting in this.
I didn't either, but like, I think that the performances are really believable.
Well, for sure.
But especially the kid. I really like the kid that plays Buddy. He was just...
Yeah, but when people talked about this and the possibilities of it getting nominations, of course it's always going to get Best Picture, but the Kenneth Branagh aspect of it, the director, writer, that was always the bigger selling point.
Yeah.
For the season. So I guess we'll go through the nominations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, got Best Picture. I mean, obviously. Then it got Original Screenplay for Kenneth Branagh. Branagh?
I honestly have no idea how to
I'm
pronounce
not good
it.
at those.
He's directed so many things that I've seen.
Yeah, right.
I just never know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's always on the screen, but they never say the name.
Yeah.
And then it got the 2 acting nominations you mentioned, the supporting actor and the supporting actress. Which, yes.
Mm-hmm.
No problem here. Best sound. I honestly can't say. Do you have an opinion on the sound here?
Not yet. You know, I think I'll save my thoughts for the
original
predictions. Yeah.
Okay. Then we got the director, Best Director or Achievement in Directing, which, yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see when a director puts himself out there, puts his personal life on screen. He gets respect for it.
Yeah. And then Best Original Song, I believe. Yeah. Which, again, I don't have any opinion on that right now. But stay tuned for it, because we will talk about everything.
Yeah, we'll go through all the nominations in the final episode a week before the award show.
I will say about this film in particular, I do like it. I do think it's really good. However, I think that the ending is a little bit not disappointing, just kind of whatever.
Well, because I don't think you can take it as an ending.
Well, yeah, but like...
It's a to be continued that's not going to be continued. Because that's just a segment of his life, and his life keeps going. But this is the segment that he's focusing on. Mm-hmm. The importance that he's putting on.
Yeah. But, I mean, like... So, leading up to the ending, you have the cousin bringing Buddy to steal stuff from the store. They're, like, looting the store after they had... caused
a riot,
havoc, and he steals like a box of cereal, or no, it was
it's cleaning product,
yeah. And the mom finds out and is so furious that she drags them both back to an active, riot situation to put it back, which again I think really shows her stubbornness, because she doesn't even fully realize the severity of what's happening.
Yeah, everything around her is chaos.
Yeah.
And she wants her kid to act right.
Yeah.
She doesn't want him to be a thief. She doesn't want him to be part of this group of...
But she puts him in more danger by going back.
That's true.
And so that's the part that I think this is like her saying, okay...
But I don't disagree with her actions.
Well, I don't disagree with it necessarily, but I'm not going to actively take my child back to a riot.
That's true, but at the same time, I feel like that's a good learning...
It's a good learning experience, but then it almost gets them killed, because then the leader of the Protestant...
Yeah, he's a butthole.
He takes them and kind of holds them, not at gunpoint. Or it is at gunpoint, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it's at gunpoint.
That's a detail I don't remember, I'm sorry.
And then the police come, and there's kind of a standoff where the dad's there, and they kind of do this, I think it's kind of more along the lines of like a superhero move, where the guy almost kills.
Yeah.
That's
like, if it's like a showdown, a face-off. And
that seems a little childish, but I guess because it is told through the eyes of a child, maybe this was how...
It's how he remembers it.
How he remembers it, yeah.
Being like an epic moment for his dad to step up. Yeah. I mean, he clearly loves his parents.
Yeah.
He knows they're flawed, obviously, but they're still great.
Yeah, they still love. There's a lot of love in this.
Yeah, there's no bad intentions ever.
No. And it ends. I like at the end where we don't. He's saying goodbye to the girl in his class.
Yeah.
And they have a goodbye, and she says, I hope you come back to Belfast. And he's like, I will. And he goes back to his dad, and he says something about kind of how he loves her and that he wants to marry her and all that, you know, as much as a 9-year-old can love. And he's kind of asking his dad that even though she's a Catholic, will she still be welcomed into their family? Because he kind of, I think, understands now that these people are doing bad things because Catholics live in the community. Mm-hmm. And his dad is like, I don't care if she, you know, practices something completely crazy as long as she's a good person and she treats you well.
Right, because they talk about religion. They talk about faking religion if they need to. The cousin talks about names that would be Catholic or Protestant.
Protestant, yeah.
And he doesn't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
He's just I feel like the kid cares about people and the people being good.
Yeah.
And that's all.
That's what the family is. Like the
that's what
unit,
he was taught.
You know,
yeah.
like the brother and his mom and his dad. The cousins, they might have a different viewpoint based on their experiences, but the nuclear unit, family unit, is taught to be kind, and if others are kind to you, it doesn't really matter what they are.
Yeah, it's like a family movie.
It is. It's
a good family movie with a good family in it.
Yeah.
I think this might be the easiest one to get into out of all 10. Maybe the next episode one, which is going to be Coda. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I also gave it a 7 out of 10.
It could have been higher. It could be higher on a rewatch. I don't think it'll be lower. But yeah, it is very enjoyable.
I agree. Very enjoyable, and
it's
I really
short.
Yeah, and I really can't say that I look on back to this movie with anything but a smile on my face. You know? It's cute.
Yeah, there's nothing about it that I'm like, oh, I wish they did it different.
Yeah.
I really don't. It's just, I don't know, it's short. It is personal to the director, so I guess that can take some of the power of the message with it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was happy I watched it and it was fun.
Yeah, and I think we're both looking forward to talking about some more movies in the upcoming weeks leading up to the Oscars.
Yeah, don't forget to come back. We're going to put out 2 a week pretty much until the predictions.
Yeah.
So don't forget to come back twice a week to check it out. We also have last year's nominees, and we have a bunch of other episodes. So if you're new here, you can check those out while you wait.
And we'll see you next time.